Let's welcome in the athletic director at San Diego State, J.D. Wicker, back with us here on the Cannons. J.D., as always, it's great to have you. And today, a huge day, right, for San Diego State and the Mission Valley sale. Tell us about what happened today at City Council and what this means for the project moving forward.
Well, great to be back on. Great to have the opportunity to talk with you all on what is a historic day for us. I mean, the City Council took the first of two required votes to approve the purchase and sale agreement. And, one more vote on June 30th. And then, at the end of July, after a referendum period, the mayor will sign the deal and we'll do escrow, and hopefully we will put a shovel in the ground sometime in the first 2 weeks of August on the stadium.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. I am so pumped for you guys. This is obviously something we've all been waiting for. Anybody who pays attention to both the political or the sports scene in San Diego has been waiting for something in Mission Valley for a long time. Can I shovel? Can I be there? Can I dig? Or is it too soon? Do we have to wait till August? Can I maybe take a pickaxe to the side of Sdsu Stadium as it currently stands? What can I do?
Just remember, we still have to play football there, so let's avoid the pickaxe on the old stadium. It might knock it down. No, it's one of those things. We are chomping at the bit to go. Obviously, this has taken a little bit longer than we had hoped. COVID-19 probably played into that a little bit. The negotiations. Congratulations to both teams for getting it done. But yeah, I mean, we're ready to put a shovel in as soon as we get the keys to the property. And if you go down there right now and take a shovel of dirt, Rich, you'll have to still answer to the city.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. By the way, the one council member that did not vote for it, and his name shall not be uttered on the show because this guy has told us so many wrong things over the years. But it's interesting because he represents that district. I just want to, there's always going to be the negative. I mean, I've been around San Diego a long time, JD. I've seen all the great projects that have been sidetracked for a variety of reasons. Let's remind everyone once again what it is that we are ultimately talking about with the development of this property. Obviously, we're talking about Aztec Stadium, but please remind everyone what the final product will actually include.
Well, it's going to be approximately 80 acres of parks, including a 34-acre river park that San Diego State is paying for. San Diego State is going to maintain. It's the stadium, obviously. It's 1.6 million square feet of future campus for San Diego State. It's going to allow us to add more students to campus, so we'll be able to graduate more people, put them into the workforce in San Diego. As over 60% of our living alumni live here and work in San Diego. And most importantly, it's 4,600 residential units. In a city that desperately needs them. We're going to build our 10% of of affordable housing. We're actually going to build that on the site. And there's going to be some mixed-use retail. So it's going to be a great project, taking what is, the old stadium and a massive parking lot and turning it into something that's going to be great for the city, great for San Diego State, great for our entire community.
J.D. Wicker joining us right now on Xtra 1360. J.D., is there an element of this stadium and the project that you're most excited about and to bring to San Diegans upon its completion?
Yeah, I mean, we took the opportunity to say we live in San Diego, California, America's finest city, a place that 365 days a year you get, for the most part, phenomenal weather. So we have designed the stadium that really, benefits that. It's going to be a great place year-round to attend an event, and it's going to allow us to attract a lot of top events. So, and then, and when we're not having a major event in there, there's going to be plenty of spaces throughout the stadium where people are going to be able to come and rent space and utilize it and, eventually grab a burger for lunch or, go to the piers for a happy hour on a Friday night. So we're excited that we've built a building that we're going to build a building that can be used 365 days a year, and everyone in this community will have a reason to come and utilize it.
We've spent a lot of time, JD, talking about the negotiations between Major League Baseball's players and owners. We actually had one of the former union heads on our national show, Steve and I, Gene Orza, who informed us that he felt one of the biggest impasses that, the sport was facing is the fact that these people, these sides, couldn't meet together in a room. They actually couldn't spend time with each other due to the pandemic. All of these conference calls, all of these Zoom meetings. This feels like a Herculean effort. The fact that we are still on pace for a 2022 stadium in the midst of a pandemic. How exactly did those meetings get organized, and what did they look like? Because a negotiation over video chat seems near impossible.
Well, a ton of credit to the negotiating team on both sides that they continued to meet regularly, multiple times a week. That they, got through work product as different changes were happening, that people didn't just sit on it for weeks at a time. They actually there was true diligence there. So a lot of credit goes to both negotiating teams to be able to shift gears once we kind of got into March, and you had COVID-19, and most everything happened over Zoom. But there were some appropriately social distanced, face-to-face with masks meetings to help move things along. But all credit goes to everyone for persevering and getting this done.
JD Wicker joining us. JD, we talk about facilities and the perception of a program based on facilities. Obviously, you have a first-class basketball facility, first-class baseball facility. Everything is there except that football stadium, and now that will come into reality. What does that do for the perception of San Diego State, the stature of the San Diego State athletic program in terms of the NCAA and maybe some long-term plans that may affect the future of San Diego State sports?
Honestly, one of the things I'm most excited about, and I think we may have had that conversation before, really the only time I can ever remember us having a home field advantage was the Stanford game back in 2017. But now every game we're going to be able to have a home field advantage because 35,000 capacity is exactly what we need right now. And it's also it's going to be a great place for our soccer teams and our lacrosse team to play. All of our teams will be able to utilize it for recruiting. When you guys get to see the peers, that's going to be a great place to host a recruiting dinner. And then it's going to generate revenue because, again, we're going to keep that stadium busy as much as we possibly can, and it's going to generate revenue that comes back and benefits not only the football program but the softball program, the swimming program, men's soccer. So it's going to be great. And the other nice thing is San Diego community benefits from it just as well because it's going to attract so many top-flight events. We're still working on soccer. Our goal is to get, the MLS to San Diego at some point. We've had discussions with the USL folks and what that might look like in Mission Valley. So we want this stadium to be everything that the city of San Diego and our community deserves.
JD, can't let you go without asking you about fall sports. And really, this has had to be a massive task as well for you and your athletic staff to put in the work and the preparation to get student-athletes back on campus, I believe, at some point in early July. So what has that process been like, and what are your expectations for the fall? And, of course, football starts in, 2.5 months right now?
Yeah, it's been an interesting exercise. I was on a call with our business and financial affairs group this morning, and we were kind of discussing every time we create one answer, we create 5 more questions, just because there's so many unknowns still. But yes, we're bringing student athletes back. We've put together a great plan working with the county, our health experts on campus, our health experts in our building, our team docs, our events folks, and facility folks, and understanding what are all the new pieces that continue to come out as testing ramps up, gets better, more accurate. What are all the different things coming out of the CDC? And we've built, a significant repopulation plan, and we'll work on that with our football and our basketballs coming back and continue to revamp it as we continue to bring our fall sports back a little later in July, and then everybody else as we get closer to August. And at the same time, we're working on what does an appropriately social distance football game look like at Sdcu, and the number of seats that we'll actually be able to fill, and how do you park cars in the parking lot and get people into the stadium. So, yes, it has been a Herculean effort, and I'm really proud of the staff that we have here at San Diego State that are helping get all of that done.
JD, in a time of so much uncertainty, it is absolutely thrilling to have good news, certain news that we will have this jewel of Mission Valley being under construction sometime within the next few months, within the next few weeks, really. It's an awesome day for you, for your staff, for the football team, for anybody who drives past Mission Valley and wishes for more. Thank you for jumping on today and sharing the good news with us. I know we could all use a little good news these days.
Absolutely. It's again, it's a day to celebrate, and I guess kind of because it gets a little bit dragged out, maybe longer than we want it to. It just means for the next month and a half we get to celebrate every day as we get closer to putting that first shovel in the ground.
We will be there. The Cannons will be there for that first shovel in the ground.
I'll be on the Zoom, or I'll be there actually. Or...
By the way, Rich wants his own parking spot. Well, we can negotiate that.
I mean, maybe a statue. A statue would have.
Thanks, JD. We always appreciate it.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Go Aztecs.